Hi, welcome to ACS Composite. My name is Joseph, and today I'm very pleased to show you our new Z06 rockers for the C8 Stingray. These will fit all 2020 and up HTC, Coupes, Z51 and non-Z51 Stingrays. Obviously, as the name implies, these are inspired by the new Z06. So the styling cue on it is a tapered, enlarged look in this area, going down to a zero spear in the back. This is a much more exciting item compared to the Z51 spear offered by the factory. The first significant difference is obviously the paint finish. These are always finished in a carbon flash black finish, which will match all the trim pieces located on your Stingray. So it does complement a very premium finished, well-packaged look. Let's go take a look at the Z51 as a starting point. This is a Z51 spear that the factory offers. So most of the time these are installed at the factory during PDI, and what they do is they enhance that spear on the side of the car. They're made out of plastic and they're never painted. And on top of that, they come in a textured black finish, which is really terrible since in the catalog, which happened to us too, when you order the car, you don't know that they're textured black. It's a little hard to determine that. Whereas all the other trim pieces, as we're saying, are carbon flash. This is always unpainted. Now, yes, we do offer these in a carbon flash finish. What we do is we take this part, sand it smooth, and coat it. But the Z06 gives us a new, fresher, more aggressive look. So we like to think of it as an interim between our 1VM and the Z51 Rocker. Let's go back and take a final look at our Z06. Upon closer inspection, we'll notice that the Z06 Rocker on the Stingray is a lot more aggressive. And the biggest difference is right here. It does taper out to finally come back. This gives you a few things. If you don't have rock guards, this will help you with the rock chipping in this area, but it gives you a much more pronounced, aggressive look to your car. The mounting system of this rocker is identical to the Z51. It uses all the same mounting points with a slight difference right here at the end, simply because of the thickness of this impact. We'll walk you through the install. We'll show you how to remove the Z51 rocker, assuming you got that. If you don't have a rocker, obviously you'll jump right into the install area, but at least you'll understand how these are fastened to the car and how they could be removed if you had to. Before installing our Z06 rocker on the Stingray, we're gonna have to remove the dealer installed Z51 rocker on this car. This has been installed using tape at the top and a series of rivets at the bottom. To remove the rivets, we're gonna have to use a drill with a 3/16 drill bit. I usually set it to a low speed setting, and I'll be positioning the drill bit in the center of the drill bit. And it's fairly simple. The rivets themselves from the factory are aluminum, so they're pretty soft. I position my drill bit, apply firm pressure, and I just disintegrated the rivet head. As it was spinning, I was actually trying to grab it so that it breaks apart. And that's exactly what's happened here. So I could remove the head and do this on all my rivets. There we go. All my rivet heads have been disintegrated, so now I'm going to try to peel the rocker off. I know I have a piece of double-sided tape here and along the top edge. So I'll be basically pivoting the rocker out. It does help to have the surface of the car warm. So if you live in the south or during the summer, maybe parking the car outside prior to doing this will help. Otherwise, you could use a heat gun to slowly bring up the temp. But basically, peeling it is the only way to get it out. And there we have it. The double-sided tape just failed and I was able to get it off. I'm gonna have to now clean to make sure there's no residue on it. But this is basically how we remove the Z51 stock rocker, and we'll prep the surface. So we notice this one, I do have some shavings I could go get. I'm using a regular plier and I won't. To get whatever shavings I can and clean out any holes if there's any residue with the drill. You could also use a tool, like a small flathead. I don't have one, so I'll be using just my blade to try to get the shavings out. My next step is to clean the surface. Any car cleaner will do. I use a 50% alcohol water just so I could decontaminate the area. If your car already has an APPF film on this area, I would suggest to remove the tape on the spear portion of the rocker. I know that XPEL has like a two-piece design where this is a piece and the rocker vertical surface is another one. So it's pretty simple. From one corner, you could gently peel it off and then re-clean the surface. This car does not have PPF in this area, so I'm good to go. My next step is to trial fit the Z06 rocker on the car. I'm holding here the passenger side. The way I know is that it says PSG. I have a front encryption here telling me the front of the car. And the main reason for dry fitting is to familiarize myself to where this belongs on the car. And we'll notice that if I go too far back, obviously I'll be exposing the spear and I'll have a gap in the front. And if I go all the way forward, well, now I got a gap in the back and I'm stressing the part. The optimal position is with a small space in the front and a zero gap along the car. And what I'll do is I'll use a small tape just to position to give me a visual when I come back to install it. So this is my front tip positioning of where this rocker will be. I've cleaned the surface of the car. My next step is to clean the inside surface of the part, just in case there's any contaminants or dirt. And this is where our double-sided tape will be contacting the rocker and the car. The next is to apply it on the car. So it's going right at the seam. I'll be leaving about 1/16 of an inch between the vertical surface. I'm going a little longer than the spear itself because I'll be coming back to cut that little wedge. And I keep a small distance parallel to my tape and the car. About 1/16 of an inch. As I apply my tape, I put pressure on it. I'll cut out the excess. What's really critical is really the prep of the surface. And like I said, the PPF does not work with the double-sided tape, so that needs to be peeled. Also, if there was any ceramic coatings on the paint, meaning you didn't have the PPF but you had ceramic, that should be stripped also. There's chemicals available to do that. This will ensure that the tape is doing its job of bonding the rocker panel to the car. The rear spear I cut. Obviously I'm not going all the way, I'm just breaking the tape. Same thing in the front. I'm doing a final dry fit of my part now that the tape is pre-installed. I have my front tape as a guide. And this is really my last opportunity to decide where this will go. And I'm sending another one right in the back so I get a visual front and back when I go to install it. And that's it. I'm happy with the fit. I have a zero gap all along the part itself. So we can peel our tape. And to install it, I'm going to be going in one strong motion. I could use the bottom sort of as a rail or a guide, and obviously the tape. So I go as close as I can without letting the tape suck me in. And I'll be ready to go in. And there we have it. And the tape is pressure activated and heat activated. So that's actually what makes the 3M tape bond. My next step is to install our rivets, which are the mechanical fasteners for the lower edge. These are aluminum split rivets. They're identical to what we removed from the Z51 setup. So it's an actual GM part. The way these work is a riveter is needed. We use a battery powered one, but a handheld riveter will do the job. since they're very soft. And the way these work is they get installed into the mandrel, and as you collapse them, they create this little mushroom effect, spreading the load behind the fiberglass panel, which is the reason why we don't use screws. The screws would eventually vibrate off. And to complete the install, there's another pull that goes with it, which takes out the nail or the mandrel part. So we'll go under the car, we'll make sure our holes match. Since the Z51 and Z06 have the same drilling pattern, I should not be drilling. I may have to ream them, assuming if one was installed a little differently. So if you did not install the Z51 following these gaps, you could be slightly off, but that's why we use a split rivet to compensate. I'm starting by the front, installing my rivets, and I'm double checking to make sure that my holes match. If they don't, I could ream them through, meaning slightly enlarge them, and that's the advantage of our rivet. Because it spreads, it doesn't have to be optimal. It's a 1/2 inch play. So this one was a perfect match. I'm using the long rivets for the front portion. I'm noticing the front one is slightly off. I don't want to flex it, so I'm simply gonna pass my drill through it. And now I have my last rivet. For the last rivet, I'm looking for the short rivet in the bag. There's actually 2. And the reason we're going with a shorter one is that the chassis of the car is closer in that area, so we don't have room for a longer one. And this hole has to be drilled. This is the only one that's slightly, or that is different, I should say. I'm flexing the car's body panel to give me room to collapse it. And I'm using the extra supplied rivet to cover up the last hole of the Z51 Rocker. And there we have it. The install is complete. We'll get the car on the ground and take a better look of the Z06 Rocker. This completes our video for the Z06 Rocker installation. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope the tip will help you with the installation. If you have any comments, you're welcome to share those with us. And most importantly, be sure to subscribe. We do have a lot more content on how to convert a Stingray to the Z06 Aero. So be sure to hit that notification button, and see you guys soon.